Evening. Hello to you, Bruce.
Hi Greg, how you going, mate?
Really, really well, and I guess it's a bit of a letdown now after what was a cracking night's racing on Saturday night.
Yeah, it is. It's funny because it's such a long lead into the race meeting and the carnival, of course, itself. So it does seem a bit strange when it's over so quickly. And we were talking on the night there. We were getting the trophies out ready for the Miracle Mile itself, and with Dave Watson, the racing manager, and we said, wow, I can't believe it's here already. Like on the night, it had just gone so fast. But it's such a great time of year though. These meetings really special.
Let's have a chat firstly about the race itself. A lot of conjecture. Did the board of directors get this race right? And I think they nailed it this year. I'll admit I questioned the invitation to Terror to Love, but he ran a cracking race.
Yeah.
After what had been failures here in the past, that was clearly his best run on the track, and that inviting Easy on the Eye has in the end set up that cracking 149-1 run.
Yeah, the board was very confident, although, like we said leading in, there was a number of split votes over those selections as well. So there's no doubt a lot of the public sort of questioned some of those, and as you said, you did yourself. But it wasn't; they weren't unanimous, and often they are. So there was a lot of discussion around the table, particularly about the two you just mentioned. So, but yeah, as the race panned out, I don't think too many people would be arguing that those two horses justified their places in that field.
I had a chat yesterday with Crandall Getty. He said the facilities here, world class. He said while he was in the retention facility, he couldn't ask for anything more. He said the organisation here was tip top. That's got to be a good feeling for you and your team.
Yeah, it's amazing in such a short time how the perception of the retention barn has changed, and that's really a credit to obviously to the club and the club staff, and also Harness Racing New South Wales with the amount of effort that's gone in to make sure that they do get things right for participants, because we realised when we first went down this path, and obviously led by Harness Racing New South Wales, but the club was heavily involved in the changes that had to be made here with things like the addition of the walking machine, the day yards and these sorts of things, the facilities that they had to have. But we listened to the locals and to the interstate and overseas trainers all the way to make sure that that we weren't going to damage their preparation in any way for these major races. So I think that really is the key, is that you do need to listen to the people that know, and they are the elite sort of trainers who are used to preparing these horses. So we've certainly done that, and yeah, the feedback we've had, particularly this time, has been outstanding from everybody involved.
Bruce, the night itself, I've been to all the big nights here at Tabcorp Park Menangle since the track opened, especially the Saturday nights. I can't remember seeing a bigger crowd. No,
it was just over 8,500 was the crowd, and that is the best that we've had for a Saturday night meeting here. It's quite different trying to promote a Saturday night to a Sunday afternoon, and obviously the majority of our major meetings here have been Sunday afternoon. So, but that was really pleasing, because often we have things like the carnival rides and things for those Sunday afternoon meetings, which is something we didn't do because we realise a Saturday night you are targeting quite a different crowd to between a Saturday night and a Sunday afternoon. So we didn't have that there, and that obviously brings in a lot of families and children to the events. But for a Saturday night, the race is a late start at 9:40 is a late start, and we realise that, so it makes it difficult to bring young children out. And the crowd that we got was very much around the racing and not sort of things like carnival rides and things. So it is a really strong crowd, and a lot of local people. I know people that I saw here. They're not your traditional race goers. They don't go to the races week in, week out. But they were here for something different and something that's sort of really special for the local area. So we're very pleased.
Something people saw for the first time on Saturday night was the use of the big screen solely for the promotion of the night here at Tabcorp Park Menangle. I was part of that. Dale Walker, Seren Adams, Amanda Rando. It seemed to go very well from this side of the camera. Yeah. What about how was it received outside the studio?
Yeah, I think it was a major part of something we commented on regularly throughout the night, being down trackside, was looking back up sort of 10 or 15 minutes after a race had finished, and the majority of people were still down their trackside. Now, there's no doubt some other contributing factors to that as well. It was a beautiful night, so we were very fortunate weather-wise, but I'm sure that having the use of the big screens for a local production rather than wall-to-wall racing, which was available here at the track, of course, as well. I mean, in the pavilion bar, we've got the big screen up in there, which is a fantastic screen, and people that wanted to watch every race certainly could go up there and do that. And obviously, it's on the TVs wherever there's betting facilities. Sky is on the TVs as well. So we certainly need to provide for your traditional race goer who does want to watch all those races. But for people who were here for our event, it made it more relevant, I think, to them by having the big screens right through the night, whether it be interviews, whether it be presentations, promotions that were here at the track. Everything that was going on was here right in front of them on those two big screens that are out there. So I think that was a major part of why people spent so much time out on the lawn and in the grandstands rather than moving back to other areas between races.
And going forward for your big nights, is that the plan?
That's definitely the plan. So obviously our next major event will be, I suppose you could probably say Inter-Dominion Heat Night will be the next major one. So that's Saturday the 14th of Feb. So that'll be the next one I would imagine we'll be doing this for, and then of course the Inter-Dominion Grand Final on the Sunday the 1st of March. We'll certainly also be doing a local production here at the track. So I think it's something that we can really market to people going forward, that they'll get to see everything that's going on here. So it's obviously a large track and the crowd's spread through a large area of the complex. So by having those two big screens, it makes sure they do get to see everything.
What about SEW Eurodrive? They've been, the number of supporters make Saturday night go ahead successfully, but SEW Eurodrive, they've been on board for a long time with the New South Wales Harness Racing Club. You've got to be excited by what they bring to the race each and every year. Oh,
it's amazing. It's an amazing relationship that we've had over such a long period of time now with SEW. Rob Marola and Tony Sutter from SEW are such great supporters of us. And certainly we'll be sitting down with the club, will be sitting down with Rob to sort of look at trying to extend that agreement going forward, because it's now it has been there such a long time. It does just sort of flow on now with the Miracle Mile name. You sort of just expect SEW Eurodrive name to sort of be before it. Yeah. So we'd certainly love to continue that association, and I've certainly heard nothing from the SEW side of things to suggest otherwise. So we'll certainly be sitting down with them and looking to try and extend that agreement. All
right, Bruce. Well, congratulations on a fantastic night of racing. You did a great. It was your first in charge. How did Saturday night, a big long sleep? Did you, by the time you got to bed, you probably fell asleep straight away?
Yeah, the eyes were sort of bulging a little bit by the end of the night. It had been a long sort of couple of weeks leading in, so it was a little bit different. I mean, I mentioned on Saturday night that I've certainly been involved with so many in a couple of different roles here with the club, but yeah, it's a little bit different when there's no one else to pass the buck along to if anything goes astray. But I loved it. It was a few nerves Saturday afternoon, but yeah, and a good night's sleep on Saturday night as well.
Congratulations, mate. Well done. And
thanks, Greg.
The club, no doubt, very happy with how it all went down on Saturday night, and we'll catch you again on Trots TV again very soon.
Great. Thanks, mate.
There he is, Bruce Christison. He is the CEO of the New South Wales Harness Racing Club, who hosted the Miracle Mile on Saturday night.
This program was brought to you by Harness Racing New South Wales and the New South Wales Harness Racing Club. This has been a Harbour Television production.